Still to come on season 1 of the Equation podcast.
So then it got to a point now where I wanted answers. I'd prayed for about 3 months. We hadn't been in contact. He was still on my WhatsApp, still viewing my stories. And I was like, okay, what is going on here? And then I called him. Then I was like, hey, I would like to speak to you. Then he was like, oh, what's going on? Then he was like, did you find out that I'm getting married in 2 weeks? And I was like, no.
2 weeks, not even like next year.
No.
Wow.
And I was like, no, I'm not calling because of that. I'm calling because you broke my heart.
When you go to the biblical ideal of perfection, if you look at the Greek, the word is teleos, right? Now, teleos actually means completion. So when we look at verses that say things like, be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect.
Yeah.
Let's pause for a minute. There's no way in our humanity we can be perfect like God.
No way. Yeah. No way.
God is.
Yeah. We do a big G, not little one. Okay.
So it don't really.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no way. Yeah.
But what God is calling us to is completion. If you look at Philippians 1:6, that talks about, and let me not even butcher this verse because it's one of my favorites, but it's he who has begun a good work in you will be faithful to complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. So again, there's this idea of completion. If we look at Romans 12:2, it's saying, be ye not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? So if we now realize, okay, teleos is about completion, not perfect in terms of like this perfect bow kind of thing. If it's about completion, then it's demonstrating that actually there's this idea of process.
Yeah.
Because for something to be complete, it has to go on a journey.
These are the ways that, trauma showed up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like trauma at all. It's reason. And that's why in 2 Corinthians, Paul, the Holy Spirit through Paul, admonishes us. He says that we should pull down every argument that rises against the will of Christ. Because sometimes it's reason.
Yeah.
No. For me, I'm not letting anybody treat me this way or that way. Who are you really? And what voice is that?
What voice is
Why are you doing that? Are you guarding your heart or you were running away?
Are you operating in almost like a place of fear?
Or a place of love?
Often one thing I've noticed is that a lot of people are there to take, not to give.
Not to give, yeah.
And the truth is sometimes some people, they only take because to themselves, they don't feel they have anything to give. And then there's others that feel I just want to take so I can hoard for myself. But a true community, if we're talking about community itself, then that for me, and that's what is the ethos for the brotherhood is each one teach one. So that's where collaboration comes in, because together we grow, and then on a common goal, we get there quicker because we're working together.
That's it.
And we accept one another. So there's a vulnerability there of I accept you for who you are and who you are to become. So you understand? So that's why my thing is it's acceptance, a common goal, and then collaboration.
Wow.
Once you have that, then you have a quality community.
You need to really surrender to God, especially once you've experienced heartbreak.
Yeah.
You need to give it all to God. And I don't think that we can have a functioning relationship with God without fully surrendering.
Yeah.
We need to swap our burdens, our baggage with his light and his love. And I feel like that's really the first step into healing and to being whole.
Yeah.
Because God allows us to do that using his strength.